This is Joshua Gavin. He's launched over 800 low-ticket offers working with million-dollar brands, and chances are you've probably bought one of them. But in this video, I've condensed 5 years of YouTube marketing advice into just 30 minutes that can scale his clients to even more millions. Not only that though, but I answer the most asked questions when it comes to YouTube organic, while breaking down live examples from our clients who total have done over $3 million in sales. That'll help you scale your business with YouTube organic. And hey, every big player in the space knows how powerful YouTube organic is, so unless you hate money or don't want to cut your learning curve, let's get straight into the video.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm excited. Whatever you want to start with, we can do it, bro.
Yeah. Okay. So YouTube, obviously, I have my perspective on like how YouTube works as a funnel to get clients and get people in the door. And I see like how you're doing with a lot of your clients, and I've seen it out there and how you approach content. Obviously, there's being deep in the space. I am like a high aware customer. So I look through things and I'm like, bro, like how do people not tell? Like the sales process seems so clear to me, but it's not always clear to everybody.
Exactly.
And so like with obviously for my own YouTube channel, I'm like, it's very different because the people I'm going to is high aware people like me. So I don't build my channel like everyone else does. My whole goal is like be so different from it. But I'm curious for you, like when you approach the actual videos on YouTube, what is your intent going into? What do you want to have the viewer to experience, to feel, to like, to obviously provoke an action, but like you're posting a video like that, it's core.
Yeah.
If you want to one thing, what do you want that video to do?
For the average client that we service, they're mainly selling info. Like you said,
Yeah.
the audience that we're selling to, they don't have an quote unquote understanding of what we're doing. Like it just looks like a cool YouTube video to them.
Yeah.
Anything that we've been pushing to the core is figuring out our client's competitive edge. And obviously that's kind of sounds broad, but it could be anything. The competitive edge, it just can't be fake. So it could be the client's story, it could be their unique strategy, it could be how they come across on camera. The main thing, we don't want to become a copycat on YouTube because that's what's kind of like popularized now. And the people that dominate and get the most sales, they're originators. So even when we're doing strategy, even when we're coming up with idea scripting, the core that we're focused on, and we get this information when we onboard a client, is what is their competitive edge and how can we allow that to bleed throughout their content so that when someone goes onto their channel, they're kind of looking for a reason to choose you over all the competitors they watch, because these people they're probably mass consumers. They probably watch your competitors. They probably, watch other YouTubers, people on Twitter, IG. So they're looking for a reason to buy into you. At the end of the day, people buy from people. So the competitive edge is what separates someone choosing you over someone else. Obviously, you have to tap into the strategy, understand packaging, all that type of stuff. But I feel like the core of every video is figuring out the competitive edge and just how that can bleed through. And then with the strategy, we kind of push things outside. But yeah, that's like my main answer.
Where do you see that? Because I obviously think like for me, I naturally my YouTube videos, like for my personal brand, like my competitive advantage is like the sheer volume of low ticket ascension I've done and like different markets. So I'll, when I'm talking, I'll do the hook, I'll get into it. And like if you don't know who I am, my name's Joshua Gavin. Last 24 months, I've architected over 800 low ticket offers in every niche imaginable, other than like sex, woo-woo, and like sketchy offers. Like chances are, if you bought a low ticket offer, I've had my hand in it. And I kind of flex that and I just like move on from it. But people are like, oh shoot, like he's done.
He's a real
Like,
deal, yeah.
low ticket thing. So like I seeded in there. Where are some other ways that you're like seeding that into the content? Where are you making that clear to them, your competitive
100%.
advantage?
So I think what you just referenced is kind of like how Ryan Clark does it, which obviously we've been cooking with him and Warrior Babe and just have the interview on our channel. That's sick. Other ways besides like social proof, obviously social proof isn't obvious, but even with social proof, people forget or they don't do it in the best possible way. So I would make sure you're doing that every single video if you have a client, that they're doing it every single video, because the whole point of YouTube is you're bringing in new viewers. The message is going to get tiring to you, but it's not going to get tiring to your audience. So you want to keep that message over and over. Other ways that we kind of tap into the competitive edge is, one, you can obviously like subtly show your proof throughout the video, which is like actual client results. So as we go through, we don't really hard CTA. Nowadays, we will subtly show proof of like client results because even YouTube's cracking down on hard CTAs. The second way, we're onboarding a client right now, and this is like you can kind of speak against who you're not. He's in the funding like business niche, and in that niche, there's a lot of people that have fake Cartier watches, drive C8s, and just come across unprofessional. So you can kind of speak against, that the other competitors in your niche without calling out specific names, and just kind of like set yourself apart in that I'm different. I'm here to provide X, Y, and Z, and this is why you should be watching my content. And we don't obviously do all of that in the hook. It can be done in the hook, but like space it throughout the video. Another great way to do it is by personal stories. Once again, people buy from people. So when you can share your experience, like for you and your situation, maybe you have like unique client situations where
Yeah.
you're launching a low ticket offer, and bro, stuff like that is your moat, it's your competitive edge, because no one can say, oh, they launched this offer. You're the only one that has launched
Yeah.
it, had experience with certain clients, and you can explain certain things and stories that are relatable. And I think relatability is like a huge point of the competitive edge, because once again, if they can relate to your story, they're gonna just want to buy more. But the thing, it just can't be faked, is the only thing.
Would you say at a B2B, like for my
Mhm.
audience, like a lot of my people are, let's say, like a lot of people follow are also their growth operators,
Yep.
copywriters, marketers. Some brands, like we have some people that sneak through who like have been lurker. Like the lurkers are usually like the actual brand owners who like in their free time, they're like, yeah, I've watched some of your
Like the
videos, or
sauce. Yeah.
they watch the interviews. I think they watch the interviews more so because they want to see what other people are doing. So like with relatability to B2B, does that matter as much, or how, like if you think about some of your like B2B clients, or other than like obviously I think relatability, I think of like lifestyle content, like I got rich when I was 20, like here's what I realized, or those videos where it's like, yeah, I made $1 million and then found God, and it's like telling the
Yeah.
story like their come up, or it's like I see how there could be relatability to like the lower level like B2B consumer market.
Yep.
But what would you say B2B, like does
Yeah.
that really matter
So
as much, or
100%. Like when you ask your first question, that's why I like asked if it was specific to you or more
yeah,
everyone, because it really depends. For
yeah,
B2B, how I think about it is you can just be, I like to say like less cringe. Like you don't have
yeah,
to go through as many loopholes to explain your point. I think for anyone, even if it's B2B or B2C, leverage social proof, but B2B, you can kind of like keep it more tactical. I wouldn't say that doesn't mean don't tell stories, because once again, your
yeah,
stories are tied to numbers. But when you're telling your stories, think about the desired outcome that they have. They just want to make more money, bro. So like if you can
yeah,
tie that back to the story, or at the end of the day, our main strategy and process is tied to pains and desires. So we think about the psychographics of the audience that we're trying to sell
yep,
to. B2B people, they have pains and desires. So when,
mhm,
even if it's a growth operator or a founder, if you can, when you're telling that story,
yeah,
relate to the pains that they have experienced launching their own products or going through this certain process, that's
yep,
what we want to dig deep on. And even like when we're scripting out videos, we are creating open loops. So we'll introduce the topic that we're going to talk about.
yeah,
In that next section, we're not just going to go ahead and give them the sauce right away. We like to give context before we give the value, because if we
yeah,
just give the value right away, people are going to click off the video. They're going to get what they came from and dip. So in B2B, you don't have to be as crunchy with it or like so
yeah,
tactical
yeah,
or scripted, but still follow the format of, okay, I'm going to introduce my topic. And before I give you the sauce or the value behind it, I want to give you the lesson I learned through like a personal story, or giving you statistics or data that I have personally collected. Or it could even be like, once again, a client result. And that client result is tied to a bigger name or someone that they might know. So
yeah,
I think it definitely should still be done, but it's more so just about the structure. In
yeah,
B2C, they're just less aware. So you can like you can go through storytelling formats, and
yeah,
we have fun with that type of stuff. But for B2B, we're very like direct with the client.
yeah,
You can just kind of get to it. There's no point to like be cringe. And even like when you're speaking, that's once again like with the B2B stuff, you can be super direct and just talk your shit. Cause like
yeah,
if you said your social proof in the hook, like at this point they kind of believe you. Just be
yeah. They're like, oh, so
yeah. So like that's how I think about it.
with I guess titles and like topics
Mhm.
of video, you talk like pain, desired outcome. Have you tested the difference between selling pain on the thumbnail and the title versus positive outcome, desired outcome? Like, would you lead with desired outcome to pull them in? Do you think that pulls more people, or like pain? Because I know I've tested, or I've done a little bit. I've always wondered because sometimes, like for me, I'm so as a direct response marketer, I'm always like
Yeah.
call out the pain, but I'm like, is that always the best thing to do on, so for example, like I have some videos like low ticket offers won't work if you do this, or
Mhm.
stop doing this and your low ticket funnel if you like money, where it's like more so like calling it out, it's like pain versus like how to get this out, or how, print more. Like, have you
Yeah.
tried and know the difference based on the stats?
So when we're packaging a video, the first thing someone looks at when they're scrolling on YouTube is a thumbnail. So that's like the first
Yeah.
thing you see. Then they see the title. With thumbnails, we're mainly going towards the desired outcome. So if you see a thumbnail from any of our clients, you will see probably money in there, a stripe chart. It's like I like to tell people all the time. I was even talking to Nick Rogers in person after we shot the podcast. He was like, bro, no one can tell like you make money. I know like you don't want to like show it in front of people's face, but that's what people care about. And it's
True.
even the same for B2B. Like in your situation, you have a lot of social proof. You're on interviews with big names. People probably click on your stuff regardless. But if you are
Yeah.
looking to bring in a new audience, they want to know about the money. It also depends on the idea of the video, though. There's certain like packaging
Yeah.
thumbnails where you can show a before and after. So you're showing the pain and then showing how they get to the desired outcome. So split screen thumbnails, they can work well too. But in majority of videos, desired outcome is what we want to show within the thumbnail. Then the title, we're making someone curious to click. So the whole psychology behind it is someone scrolling on YouTube, they're looking for a video to click on because YouTube doesn't feed you content. You really have to click on it.
Yeah.
So they see the thumbnail, they're like, oh shoot, like this looks interesting. Like I would want to learn more about this. But then they're gonna read the title. And the question you have to kind of answer is, will that title make them curious to click? Obviously, there's title structures that you can tap into for that. There's a bunch of, I guess, polarizing words you can leverage. Like even for Ryan Clog stuff right now, we're looking at like we've had formats that have ripped for us extremely well, but now we're looking for ways to make those new and then also better. So we're looking at more polarizing words that we can test in the titles. Even for formatted videos, we're even bringing on like a second person that's going to be recording the channel, and we're going to try to tap into personal stories because she's older. It fits into our ICP, and we're just going to try to like kind
Yeah.
of blow it up even more. But those are things that I think about when it comes to packaging, and that's how we kind of think about it. When it comes to split testing data behind it, I don't have the numbers. I
Yeah.
think both work well. And even if you show pain in the thumbnail, I would probably like still show money in some ways, like how I honestly like to think about it. Just think about like what people are desiring. That's gonna catch their attention first, and then with the title,
Yeah.
I'm curious to click.
Like people talk about like ranking, keywords, this and that. How much thought actually goes into that? Is that how YouTube really even works now, or is it algorithm know people
Yeah.
so well? Like what actually?
At the end of the day, like, I mean, people probably say this all the time, but YouTube only cares about good videos. I'll post a video. Like, I can even show you from my personal channel. I'll have tags. I don't think having tags is a problem. Is
Yeah.
that gonna be a main contributor to whether your video succeeds or not? Not
Yep.
really. It comes down, I mean, it's just like, I mean, it sounds
Yeah.
basic to me, but is your idea good? Is your topic good? Like, that's all they really care about. The titles, the tags, description actually might play a little role, but even like on my personal channel, there's no true description. It's just like I kind of have the links there. For tags,
Yeah.
I mean, I do have stuff here, but it's just like what I think people would search up. It doesn't really matter that much. I could go no tags, it could
Yeah.
perform.
Yeah.
But if I look at the APV on the video, people are staying pretty far for it being a 19-minute video. 24% is like pretty good. And then
Yep.
it's just like the reach on it, the reach like the CTR compared to your last videos. So this is a video of 3.5K views. It's not like my tags were the reason that happened.
Yeah.
It's just like, can you make good content? And
Yep.
that's like the whole tail of it. I
Yeah.
think when you have a smaller channel, like if you're starting from scratch or from zero, it can help. But besides that, I don't see it being like a
Yeah.
huge difference.
Also, like just going from biz op to like something like Warrior Babe, where it's not like that. Has anything changed in your process or new things you've learned where it's like,
To be real with you, our process always stays the same. I
Mhm.
feel like for Warrior Babe, the main insight in general is like as you're creating content, every client is generally different and content is like not copy and paste at all. I feel like for our first 1 to 2 months, we were trying to figure out like, okay, what does our ICP like really want? And
Yeah.
I'll show you like from the start, like when we started working with them and how we kind of started positioning things and how we picked up on things as we went. So our process, we have a 3-step process. I run people through the same onboarding. It's pretty straightforward. This was our first video right here, the ultimate workout routine for women over 40. And if you watch the video, it's kind of like, I think it was like talking head of B-roll. So we
Yeah.
even posted this one, like proven title structure once again, like solid video. It was performing better than all their other stuff they had posted, but we weren't breaking out and we weren't making as much money as we wanted. And I was talking to Ryan about that. Obviously, our first pop-up video was this one right here. So the only 6 exercises women 40 plus need to build lean muscle. So after our
Yeah.
first 1 to 2 months, the main takeaway with them was like we weren't being practical enough in our videos. Like we realized that our audience wanted to actually see the workouts, they wanted to
Yes.
see the food being like, being done. And I feel like there's another side to this like spectrum though, because we're about to have the older woman who's Maggie. She's gonna come onto the channel, and I feel like in her case, she has a competitive edge where she is older. She's been through menopause, so we can tell personal stories. But with
Mhm.
the current face of the channel, which is Nikki, she hasn't been through it. So when we're doing talking head content, it was hard for the audience to relate, even though our ideas were good. But this one,
Mhm.
and then I had an angle on our avatar workshop, which is like just our strategy docs. We have 3 strategy docs that we do for clients. And one of the angles and ideas that I came up with personally, which we didn't use until like our second or third month, was I've helped 20,000 women lose menopause belly fat, copy this workout. So we saw that the workout video worked, and then we leverage our competitive edge of they have helped over 20,000 women. And I mean, the team just cooked on the packaging here, but the idea did like originally come from the strategy I did. It went ahead and popped off. So I feel like practicality, and then just like of any channel that we're on, we're always looking for, I guess you could call them bottlenecks of like, okay, what's working,
Yeah.
what's not working, and just constantly tapping into that feedback loop. And just even now, like with our ICP, we've realized like, okay, this video worked here. We did another workout video that cooked here. I think we have another one too. Yeah, another workout video that cooked here. And we're realizing, okay, this angle
Yeah, they want the
worked.
practical,
It's
like,
it's cracked, right? But then I think we did it. I think we did another workout video somewhere up here, and it's like, okay, our audience might be getting rinsed out from us, doing this. So what we're gonna try to do now is we're gonna keep that structure, but once again, like I was telling you earlier, we're gonna try to make it new and better. So we're gonna
yeah.
use more polarizing words. I think we're gonna do something about hanging belly fat. So instead of belly fat, we're gonna do hanging, or how to remove bat wings. So like, yeah, it's just like, bro, it's like you have to get so it's
Yes.
like small words that
Yes.
change your packaging. And then also another thing that we're gonna we're gonna implement is basically, since we have Maggie coming on board, she's older, we're
Yeah.
gonna make our packaging more inclusive, where our videos will be able to go more broad, and certain people that have like, if they're super older, like they've experienced it, we can do more talking head content. So we're gonna start ripping talking head content with Maggie. We're gonna
Yeah.
still rip more practical videos, but there are certain things that she can share that Nikki can't
Yes.
share. So just
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, I feel like we're like this with every client, but just being tapped in and figuring out like, okay, what formats is gonna work for your channel, what's working, what's not working, and we review that on a month-to-month basis because YouTube's consistently changing. But the difference from BizOp to just fitness, I mean, I think it's still the same. Like they're still selling a high ticket offer.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, we're just like
It's
trying.
like we're just like before and it seems like there's a common theme here. Obviously, like the before and afters is like
Yeah.
what would then be the money? Like instead of money, obviously like how you show the outcome
Money.
might be different. I guess that's
That's a great
would,
takeaway too.
would be
Yeah, because
something there
obviously
too.
like money doesn't matter here at all. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I think here, obviously it's still hitting on pains and desires. At the end of the day, the pains and desires are just different. And
yeah.
then we're just trying to figure out the actual insights they want as time goes on. So I think another idea we took from Dan Go was this idea that I schemed up right here. So if you want to lose 25 pounds of body fat before 2026, copy this. This was a talking head video, 10K views.
In this
Obviously
video,
performing better than like their more average content. So
Yeah.
we're gonna do more stuff like this. I'll tell you like what I do when I audit a channel.
Yep.
So there's really two sides to it. And when I go to YouTube, first thing I do is I'll just look at the recent content. And
Yep.
I don't even necessarily look at like the packaging's cool. I can critique the packaging, but I would actually go onto the video and like see what he's doing there. But then
Mhm.
the second part of it is just like seeing what is working. So he's had popular content, but change up
Yep.
the angle and just make it new and better. So can you better the hook? Can you better the thumbnail? Can you better the title?
Mm.
Can you better the structure of the video? Can you better your CTAs? So we think of it as new is better.
With like scripting, like use the same scripting across the board for all your clients, like a framework
Yeah.
of like what you're trying to hit, like, hey, first this and this and this, or does it switch up depending on the ICP and the market?
So yeah, we have a format that we use across all our clients. Right now, we're improving our system. So we had a custom GPT that I had built out through the
Yep.
format that I've been using for years for clients. But then obviously, I brought on people to the team. They are smarter than me and better than me when it comes to certain things. And they were like,
Yeah.
let's do Claude, bro. Let's make a new format. So I'm having them cook that up right now. And the structure is going to change a little bit. I can tell you how that works. But the main structure that I use for all clients, I mean, hook wise, I mean, you probably heard Hormozy say before, proof, plan, promise. That's we think about it in the same way when it comes to like entrepreneur, business, education content. The main thing with that, you want to keep it like max 45 seconds. We like to go 30 to 45 seconds for the intro. Make sure your competitive edge is in that intro though, so people can see
Yeah.
you're different. We lead with proof. So in this case, obviously, like he's helped over 400 clients. The proof could be like maybe he did it for himself, like maybe he fixed his own
Yeah.
personal back pain. Obviously, it's not going to be money, but whatever the case is, leverage that in the
Yep.
actual the start of the hook. From there, go into the plan. So for the plan of the video, just covering like what you're gonna be breaking down. So break down, okay, in this video, I'm gonna be covering this, this, and this, like, and actually show up a visual so they can see what's gonna be covered in the video and they have something to look forward to. And then last part of it is just like, I guess, stakes, or giving them a promise of why they should stay to the end of the video. And if they don't stay to the end of the video, what they're gonna miss out on. For example, you could be like, in this video, I'm gonna be covering blank, blank, and blank, and I dealt with for blank amount of years, and I was able to, I guess, fix my in so and so time frame. And if you can stick to the end, I'm going to be giving you the strategies that I use, and you'll be able to shortcut this time frame and do it 2 times faster than it took me, or in half the time it took me. So I don't know. That's just off the dome. It could be obviously structured better and just like made shorter. This is a pretty good intro, like 29 seconds lengthwise. So I'll just break down every part of it.
If you're a woman over 40 trying to take back control of your body, you've probably been told to just walk more or try a few sit-ups, maybe cut calories or do random cardio workouts, hoping to lose weight. And yet you're still.
So that hook is not necessarily, it's proof to an extent because she's showing her own body, but it's more so relatable.
Calling out the avatar.
Yeah, calling out the avatar. So that's relatable. And another thing we do for hooks too is like, obviously we have our own structure. Like we will look from other outlier videos, whether it's in our niche or an adjacent niche or just broad YouTube in general, and take insight from there. So the structure still applies, but that's just another thing to do as well.
Stuck. I get it. Most workout advice online is not made for you. I've helped thousands of women reclaim.
So this is where we tie into proof. Like it's like, damn, she's helped.
Yeah.
And you can see it. So this is 18 seconds to the video. It could have been earlier. I mean, once again, this is like my team cooking. I feel like they did a great job. Like the start, relatable. You tie into ICP, and now we're gonna show the proof. That's cool. I want to see how the rest of it kind of goes because I really haven't watched this, but it's 62K views. So
and confidence by training from their living room. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the old.
So now what we do here, and this is something we do probably for all of our clients, is we'll do a later in the video structure. I was doing like an audit. I think it was end of last year. And I was just looking at the videos I perform within the business niche or just like education niche. And typically a lot of them have like this later in the video animation, and they'll kind of like go through, like they'll kind of foreshadow what's to come in the video. That's what we do here.
Ultimate at-home workout for women over 40. One that actually tones your body and supports the way it changes with age. But first, what makes this the ultimate workout for women over 40? This is not just another.
This is even another example of like how we talk against like,
against other people.
So we're talking against like this is not just like another, like it's not another YouTube routine. And you can even do this for B2B. It works extremely well. Like you just tell like, okay, like for example, I like to say like this is not another like BS video you've seen before. I'm actually gonna be breaking down tactics, blah blah blah, what I've done. So this is something that you can do as well.
That workout I've given to dozens of clients over 40, and it works. Here's what makes it different. No equipment needed. It's joint friendly.
And then it kind of just goes into the video.
Preventing. It's under 25 minutes. There's no jumping and no burpees. It's designed specifically for women in perimenopause and menopause. You can do this 3 to 4 times per week. And
she knows her ICP. So like, it's like, we'll have a script for the client, but they can obviously
they'll change it up.
Change it up a little bit. But the way that we recommend clients to shoot is like have the script up, but don't read it word for word. Kind of glance at it. The hook is the main important part, which note it. At that point, they're already like stuck into the video. Like they just want to know the workout at that point. And then it's very practical. She'll show the wall stitch and all that type of stuff, and then glute bridge. So I would say 95% of the time we're using our own B-roll. And there's a reason for that. Once again, they can see you doing the workout. They can see it's very practical. I'll see if there's another video where I can break down the body and how we do it. This is 1 month ago. This one has 10K views.
I use the exact proven framework we've used to help thousands of women go.
And once again, the messaging is the same every single
boom. Thousands of
to lean in just a few weeks. And I'm not talking about starving yourself, running 10 miles a day.
So once again, this relatability, because like a lot of women, when they're on menopause and they want to lose weight, they're going to try to starve themselves. They're going to try to do a lot of cardio. Our messaging is against that. Like they'd be like, you don't even need cardio, or you can eat how much ever you want. So that's what we're leaning into.
Gimmicky detox. I'm talking about applying a proven method to build muscle and lose stubborn body fat. So by the time you're down 25 pounds, people are going to think that you're on Ozempic. So if you're ready to take control of your body,
that's a banger.
Team's cooking. Team's cooking.
Because I'm giving you the exact plan to drop the weight before 2026. The first thing you need to do.
Yeah, it's way shorter intro, 44. Yeah.
Like when it's tighter, there's more like they want to watch it. Like you can tell like she's not yapping. And that's like what I want people to understand. And then for the body part, once again, I haven't watched this, but I'll kind of break down like how it's kind of structured so you can understand it.
Because I'm giving you the exact plan to drop the weight before 2026. The first thing you need to do if you want to lose weight is let go of everything that's been holding you back.
So this would be like us introducing the topic. So let go of everything that's holding you back. This is the introduction to the topic. So that's the first thing.
For the outdated advice about weight loss after 40, it's all dead wrong. You've been told to eat under 1,200 calories.
And now she's going to the tension. She's not going to tell you how to do that right away. She's going to bring in the tension now. This is the second thing. So she's going to like relate to them. And I don't know if the team is going to use like a personal story here, but I'll just like this is like the start of the tension right here.
To lose weight. Restriction slows your metabolism and sets you up for rebound weight gain. You've heard cardio is the best way to burn fat, yet it's muscle that keeps your metabolism running high. You've been warned that strength training makes women bulky, but it won't. Believing those myths is exactly what's holding you back from losing real fat and building lasting strength. You don't need to shrink your body, you need to strengthen it. That's how you create fat loss that actually sticks. Fat loss after 40 starts by ditching the shrinking mindset and focusing on
I think here she's actually about to go into the resolution.
Macros and metabolism instead. This is what creates lasting change. But if you skip it, you'll stay stuck in the same cycle that's failed you for years.
So like something like that, I wouldn't say it like in that way for B2B. For B2C, it's cool because like they have no idea. Like you can say it, but you have to say it in a more like subtle way or leverage your proof within it. Because that to me, like that sounds cringe. But like for her audience, like they have no idea. They're listening. Yeah, so it's just like it makes sense. But yeah. So another thing we do for tension is we'll ask the audience questions.
Burning mode or stuck in fat storing mode. Ask yourself, are you waking up feeling rested or constantly exhausted?
All her B-roll. So it's very relatable.
Do you crash midday, even after eating? Are cravings running the show? If your sleep, energy, or cravings are out of balance, your body is not in fat burning mode. And until you fix that internal feedback, fat loss won't just feel hard, it'll feel impossible. This is how you make fat loss sustainable.
Now she's going to go how you make fat loss sustainable. This would be the resolution. So giving them the actual sauce that they came for after the
instead of painful. Step 2, cutting.
So yeah, I mean, that's like
that's good
structure for it. Yeah, and how we kind of run it. So hopefully you work that. I'm recording the call too, so I'll just send this to you after, and you can.
Yeah, no worries. I appreciate that. That'll be clutch.
Nah, for sure, bro.
I appreciate your time, bro. Thanks for jumping on. Keep it going, dog. But I'll let you go, man. I appreciate your time.
Likewise, brother. I'm gonna see you.
Peace.